break too. There's just 1 minute. David, we're going to come back in 1 minute. We'll have 5 minutes left, and I've got you set for the 6th of October at 11
to 1.
Yes, 11 to 1.
11 to 1, that's great.
11 to 1 Pacific time.
Yep.
And that'll be from 1 to 3 Central Standard Time, but 11 to 1, and I'm really excited, and we'll just get into whatever you want to cover for 2 hours. That'll be an hour and a half of live airtime, so you are the best.
Yeah, I'd like to look at reality and how we create it and how we interact with it, because these guys know that, and they've kept it from us, and that's given them a prime center of power.
Absolutely. We're going to go live in about 30 seconds, and then I'll just let you go so you can hurry on your way at the end of the segment. I won't say bye. I'll say bye now. Thank you for coming on with us, David.
Cheers, Alex.
Okay, final segment right now. Here we go, my friend.
Along with hundreds of other titles at prisonplanet.tv.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Waging war on corruption. Alex
here we go.
Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, my final segment with David Icke. He's going to be with us on the 6th of October for 2 hours, the last 2 hours of the show. We just set that and booked it. It'll be while he is in California, about to leave back to England. That's coming up 6th of October. Mark your calendar. Mark your calendar for September 27th, 28th. Santa Clara, California for 2 days. Get your tickets before they sell out. And Los Angeles, the $1 Million Theater, the evening of Wednesday, October 1st. Details at davidicke.com. Don't forget our website, Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, or our new film, Fabled Enemies, detailing just how the intelligence agencies carried out the attacks of 9/11. Fabled Enemies available at Infowars.com, as well as Truth Rising. David, in closing, you talk about a coming out. They're open about world government, open about the North American Union. Suddenly I'm seeing Rothschilds all over TVs. The wife of Baron Rothschild was on CNN last night, acting completely wicked. I mean, the woman just radiated evil, pushing John McCain. We've got, as if it mattered, we've got major articles here where the military's come out and said, yes, regular Army will patrol America, period, and even do police work now, into Posse Comitatus in the Army Times. And then we have the Pope saying UFOs are real, aliens are real, all these governments saying they're real. They have astronauts coming out and saying, and I never cover that. I mean, what is all this part of? Why are they coming out? We got 3 minutes.
I mean, the bottom line is, you know, when you look at this reality, there's no way that humans are the only form of so-called intelligent life. There obviously are other forms of life that we call extraterrestrials around this universe. However, there is a very clear plan. It would seem to me to use the threat of some kind of extraterrestrial invasion or extraterrestrial manipulation to justify all the things that they want to introduce. I mean, you're talking about a world army. We must come together to meet this threat. We must come together financially. We must drop borders. We must have like a war cabinet, if you like. All these things become open to justification once you can sell the idea of a threat from beyond. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's certainly one of the things that I've picked up over the years that has been in the planning, ready to be played. And it is interesting to me what you said there, because I've noticed it too, how over the years through the 90s, any idea of UFOs, extraterrestrial presence, was just dismissed by the authorities by reflex action. All of them. It's a nonsense. There's no evidence. Now suddenly there's been a big sea change in the way that they're treating this information and the way they're dealing with it. And I think we have to be very, very careful if it comes along that, yes, we're under the threat of some extraterrestrial invasion, because we need to look at that very closely.
Well, I agree. I was watching a mainline PBS special about meteorites hitting the Earth and hitting Saturn, Jupiter. And it showed a UN conference with Russians and the U.S. and others saying we could use a threat of an asteroid to unify things for world government. And they said, or that plan for extraterrestrials. So stuff like that leaks out, and we know about Blue Beam and other plans, fake holograms. That's admitted, and then suddenly it looks like they may be getting ready. The financial 9/11, the physical 9/11. Will there be an ET 9/11? Who knows?
Well, it's certainly a possibility because we're now in compared with the lives that people have led in the world up to this point, we are in fantasy land now. We're in a realm, in a period where anything is possible. And all bets are off, and we should not be surprised at anything that comes along. What we need to do is not take it on face value,
That's right.
Whatever it is, but to look at it dispassionately before we start to come to decisions on it.
That's right. They're blurring the lines of reality on purpose because they know we're exposing their false reality. They just want to smoke screen it all like a squid with ink so nobody knows what's going on, but we're going to shine a light through that. David Icke, I will talk to you coming up in about a month from now on October 6th. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Take care, my friend.
Cheers. Bye.
Take care.
Lead from solder and copper pipes. Mercury from...
There he goes. We will be back. Stay with us. Bob Chapman's ready?
Yes, sir. He's all set.
Okay, we'll be back in 2.5 minutes. Transmission continues.
Heavy metals over time can...
You have nothing to lose, but wait.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Okay, Bob Chapman joins us for about 40 minutes today. Then we've got April Gallop, who was a survivor in the Pentagon. Really suspicious things that happened there. Bob, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, yourself, Joseph Stiglitz, everybody we've had on this show, the New York Business School, Wonk, they've all said that we could have a depression at any time with what's happening in the last few years, but it would probably happen in 2009, 2010, and would continue on out from there. It looks like things are worsening quicker than we thought. On one hand, I have all the IMF and World Bank documents where they admit they want to implode economies. They want bailouts. They need to create a new financial order by collapsing the old one to bring in a world currency. We know they're doing all of that. We know that the real scam now is the bailouts, hundreds of billions a day, leveraged into the trillions, because these are all leveraged 70, 100, 200 times. I see different numbers in the press, probably far worse than that. So I want to get into what the full exposure is, where the steepening crisis is going, gold exploding. Last time I checked, it was up like $100 from 2 days ago. They say the biggest one-time rise for gold ever. All of this happening on the heels of them driving down oil and gold and other commodities, jacking up the dollar. Now the dollar plunging. Where Bob Chapman thinks all of this is going. For those that don't know who he is theinternationalforecaster.com. He's had one of the biggest newsletters in the world, one of the biggest gold and silver brokers ever. Worked in military intelligence before that, and has been spot on with his analysis. Bob, we know this is contrived. But you and a few others say, well, they did want to contrive this, but now they've lost control, which I don't know what's more, which is scarier. Bob Chapman, thanks for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me again. And it's all scary because it's all going to end up in the same place sooner or later, and it's not going to be nice. As far as gold's concerned, yesterday it was up in the outside market, $87.30, and it was higher earlier. And then today it's trading up around $50. And we said in the forecaster that we felt once gold bottomed at $775 approximately, that it would be the fourth test of that area. And when it went up, it would go up in a straight line quickly. And we've been proven to be correct again. And one of the things that the chartists are missing is that there's a reverse head and shoulders pattern, and not to get into any detail, it's very bullish. And we could go straight right up. It's trading around $900 right now.
Yeah, it's $895.60 at spot, up 32.70.